Mine. Derek and Giles, political resignation, take one. Well, I'm glad that's almost over with.
Not quite, BM. The leak can only go so far, and don't forget the press conference tomorrow. They still want answers.
They don't want answers. They always want blood. I only took this job for a dare.
A dare?
My dad dared me to do it. He said I didn't have the balls to do it. He said I'd never be that stupid. But I showed him.
You certainly did. So, you definitely off then?
Absolutely. I've had enough. I really need a bit of me time, kick back, play golf and party as only a horny Oxford graduate knows how to.
But BM, you did sort of promise to stay.
Yes, I did. But that was before I knew what was going to happen. If I had known, I'd never have promised. And in my eyes, that makes my promise null and void.
I don't think the public sees it that way.
Oh, so what? Within a week, they'll be watching X Factor. We'll have forgotten all about my promises.
And the press?
Oh, sod the press! They're only interested in half-truths and fabrication.
Which is exactly why we need them. Which is why you still need them.
Well, I don't think so. Like I've said, I've had enough. I've made a few quid, and I'm going to go spending like an idiot. Well, at least the wife will.
Look, I think you should take this seriously. Even at this late stage, the whole thing could backfire on us.
Us?
You know I've always had your best interests to heart, and I will be genuinely sorry to see you go.
Oh, bollocks.
But I still have aspirations of my own. I haven't spent the last few years wedged firmly between your butt cheeks, only to be cast off like an old shoe.
You should be grateful that I put you into the limelight. Without me, you'll still be working in a high street bank arranging student loans.
May I remind you, Derek, that without my skills, you'd still be unemployed. You've never had a proper job in your life.
Except running the bloody country.
Without me, you couldn't run a raffle. It should be me at number 10.
But, my dear Giles, you forget one thing. You have a face that scares young children.
You may have the pretty boy looks, but I have more brains in my winky than you have in that empty melon you call a head.
I am a Prime Minister. I give people smiles and smarm. And all you do is give people bad news.
It is I that runs the country. I am the hand, and you, Derek, are the puppet. Anyway, you'll soon be off. Which leaves me ready, waiting. You've had your time, and now it's my time.
You know what? I might just stay after all.
You can't do that!
Watch me! No, I'm only joking. I'm not hanging around to clear up the mess I've made. Do I look that stupid?
Wow.
The point is, I had absolutely no idea what to do if I lost. I made no plans, you see. Nothing at all. I'm not hanging around to face the consequences.
Well, you're not taking me with you. I'm staying put.
You're joking, aren't you? After everything you've said, all those biblical warnings and that emergency tax threat of yours.
That was your idea.
As soon as they realise what a shambles you've made of the whole thing, you'll be off as well.
Not if I get to be in charge.
My dear Giles, apart from the fact that you have zero sex appeal and you look like a poor man's Mr. Bean, you're up against stiff competition. I hear Dotty Doris wants the job.
Him? He's a nitwit. He couldn't even keep his job in London. He could never be Prime Minister.
I disagree. I think he's got a chance.
What has he got that I haven't?
Sense of humour. And the public seem to like him.
Apart from that.
A better hairstyle. He always smells nice. Anyway, there's not just him. There's that Angela Lansbury woman and the other one with the teeth. I can never remember her name. They're in front of you by a long way. Face facts, Giles. You have always been, and you always will be, a third-rate politician. Instantly forgettable.
Unlike you, I suppose.
Yes, unlike me. My name will be remembered for a long time. My legacy will live on.
Your legacy?
Yes. The rich wanted lower income tax, so I gave that to them. The business owners wanted lower corporation tax. I made that happen. And they all wanted to keep wages as low as possible. And I think our immigration policy helped to do exactly that. In short, I have made the rich richer.
And what about the poor?
What about the poor?
The figures show that 90% of the population are poorer now than they were 10 years ago before we came into power.
Figures count for nothing, except for the ones we use, that is.
But the poor...
Since when did you have a conscience? We have figures that show that the poorest in society are doing quite well.
I know. I made most of them up. But you know as well as I do that the real figures show the poor are suffering.
Just what is suffering? Most of them don't know the meaning of the word. Last year I had to attend 12 state dinners, and I had 3 meetings with the Queen. Well, she's not a bad old stick, but that Charles, he's always around. He just won't leave the poor old girl alone. Can I get the servants to get you a drink, Mummy? Can I get the servants to get you a snack, Mummy? It gets right on my nerves.
On your nerves?
Yes, she's only the Queen after all. I mean, I actually run the country.
Actually, I run the country.
Anyway, you really wouldn't want this job after I've gone.
Why not?
Oh, come on. The whole country's going to pot, and you want to run it? You want to be the figurehead? No, the people need somebody they can look up to, not somebody like you. My best advice to you is to get rid of your PR consultant, sack your hairstylist, and just try to hold in there. Grab whatever you can. Hang about in the background with a nice cushy position, foreign minister or something like that.
I like being Chancellor of the Exchequer, actually.
Good. That's the right idea. Lots of perks and taxpayers' money, but not much work to actually worry about.
Perhaps being Prime Minister is too problematic.
Absolutely. It's not easy being a Prime Minister, you know. People think it's all about smart suits and luxury dinners, but it's not. Well, it is mostly, I suppose, but you've actually got to do some work. I thought it would be easy, but bloody people keep asking questions all the time, wanting answers, and I don't know anything really. I just nod a lot and smile, and that normally works, but sometimes they want more, and I just haven't got more to give. I just can't keep on giving.
There, Derek. Come on, buck yourself up. Come on. You're a good Prime Minister. In fact, one of the best. Look, who was it who introduced austerity for the poor people, making them all pull together like in the good old days after the war? That was you.
Me?
And don't forget all that needless waste you've tackled. You've closed libraries and helplines. You've stopped funding of college and training courses. You've taken away help for the sick and the disabled and slashed the pension bill by pushing up the pension age. As for the bedroom tax, that was a masterstroke. Simply brilliant. Without you, none of that would have happened.
That was all me.
Yes. Thanks to you, we now have a low-paid, low-welfare underclass perfectly suited to supply rich businesses with an endless supply of cheap labour.
I suppose I have been pretty good, haven't I?
That's the spirit. And you're going out on top. Derek.
Yes.
About what I said earlier.
Forget about it. We've both said some bad things.
I do think you're a brilliant Prime Minister.
And I think you're a great Chancellor.
Would you like me to give you a foot rub like I used to?
No, I am...
A massage, then?
Perhaps if I had a bit more time. I suppose I had better sort out something for tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, the press conference.
Oh, that. Come on, then. I'll give you a hand.